So you've been here. I just had this on live for a second, and somebody's in here right now watching, so that's cool. I just figured I would do it live. I've been making like shorts of ice fishing and stuff for the last week, but I was getting a lot of bites like 10-15 minutes ago. So once that kind of slowed down, I figured I'd see if I can get a fish on the ice live. I don't know how I'm gonna reel and get it off the hook if I do, but I caught a bunch of rainbows already and one cutthroat, and so far it's been a pretty good day. So I figured it wouldn't hurt to keep the video alive until the next bite at least. It'd be kind of cool if something showed up. It was really good. The snow started coming in, and that's making it get a little chillier. It was kind of sunny for the last couple hours. So anyways, I'm gonna keep this going, and hopefully I can catch a fish and be a few people in here to see it. I got a handful in here now. Of course, that should work out pretty good actually. If I finally do get a bite, the video will be going long enough that people will be stopping in and visiting. I don't know. I've never done a live on my phone before, so I'm not sure how this is turning out, or I don't even know how to do like the chats or whatever if messages do come in. I'm an old timer when it comes to phones. But anyways, everybody that's in here now, thanks for stopping in. For the new people that just kind of pulled in, I got like 20 people in here now, but I had a bunch of bites, so I couldn't get my phone set up. I made a couple videos for like shorts and stuff to throw on because I've been putting those out. But anyways, I want to try to catch one live if I could. And this might sound dumb, but I don't know if people comment on this, if I can read it or what, because I've never done a live on the phone. So if people are talking, it might sound stupid, but if people are talking or commenting, I don't know how it works or if it'll show up somewhere. But anywho, it was really good for a second. This pole got a bite just before I turned on the phone. And let's see. Oh, I do see. Never mind. The chats popped in. I had that turned off. Don't know what I'm doing. Can you use peanuts as bait? No, thanks, Mason. Yeah, I'm trying to catch some fish. I got a couple rainbows. See if I can catch some more. Trains coming by now. The rainbow I caught probably 10-15 minutes ago was, I'd say, 20. Hey William, how's it going? The rainbow I caught 15-20 minutes ago, it was a while back, but it was a big fish. So I released it and everything, but I got the video, so I'll post that a little later. But as of now, kind of slowed down. It would be sweet if something did show up. My phone percentage is not very high, so if a fish doesn't show up in a minute or two, it might cut her short. But the holes are starting to kind of freeze up a little bit, but it's no big deal. This is the one that got the most bites, so I'm kind of hovering over by it, and that'll be my luck. Then the one farther out will go off. But anyways, exact coordinates. I'm somewhere in the woods on a lake. That's pretty close. Let's see. I know everybody wants to know where I'm fishing, but well, I mean, it's not that good. I don't know why you'd want to come here. I mean, I was doing pretty good, but it's not as hot as it was. So we'll see. I could probably keep this going for 10 or 15 minutes before my battery gets low, and I don't want to have no phone when I drive back home later. So we will see if I can pull it off. If not, I got the 5 or 6 fish I caught earlier already. I filmed just a quick catch video and stuff, so that'll be cool. Until nothing bites. Yeah, I just refreshed all the baits on them. The last one that I caught was over here, and it took the whole bait off of my jig. So yeah, I've got all that stuff going, and hopefully something pops in. But yeah, it'll be cool if it does. If not, make a random video of staring at fishing poles. It's always fun. I got the one that's not put out yet, and then 4 with just different style jigs and flashers to see what I can pull. So anyways, see if anything does happen. I'm not sure. Because usually like the bite was better earlier in the day. I mean, that's why I got out here pretty early, and I was catching so many fish for a second there that I didn't even pull out the phone or do anything. So I probably should have had it going back then. I don't have anywhere good to set it up, so or drop it in the snow and lose it. That'd be my luck. And every now and again, just walk around. I was just jigging them by hand. I wasn't actively doing too much with the rods here. They were doing pretty good. But of course, I kept getting bites when I was away from... Oh, that one actually just had a bite. Hold on. I just went to jig it, and I felt it get a bite in my hand. That's weird. See if he'll pop back in. Yeah, because I always just kind of touch the lines like that if they're set up like this. That way I don't have to move it from the depth I want it to be. But when I went over to this one just now, I moved it to do the jigging just to kind of give it some motion. I felt it tap in my hand, so maybe something will be down there. Well, I mean, something is down there at that one right now. Shit. I should have set the hook. I didn't even know there was a fish nibbling, but that happened a couple times earlier. I did my loop, and I went back to each rod that I was at, and I was just doing that by hand, and I got like 2 fish. I set it with my hand while I was just messing with the jig. I know, like, actively jigging, of course, is better sometimes, but with a bunch of things out like this, I kind of just mess with the main one and then leave the rest sitting there. So anyways, oh, you just got another tap, just a tap. I saw the line move. It might be a perch or something. Let's see if I can do that again. Interesting. Step away from it, and then it'll probably get sucked away while I'm not looking. Do the same here. Nothing. But that was 100% a fish messing with it the second I went over there. Kind of got my hopes up. I thought it would work. Let's see. And then the one I caught earlier, it was actually on this one, and I was back at the first one, and I did my loop, just bumping the lines, getting some motion going, and I went out here to this one, and I did that little flick on the line, and yeah, just instantly. So I'm just wondering if sometimes, I mean, fish do whatever they want, but sometimes it seems like they definitely like biting an active bait. And when they're sitting down like this, nothing. Oh, thought I heard one of my pulls. Nothing. One of the rods I thought went off. The one makes a noise and the rest don't, so I'm always antsy when that happens. But anyways, this is the one that the fish was at just a moment ago, and he doesn't want to cooperate. I bet if I wasn't filming, I would have had it for sure. Thought maybe. Yeah, it is funny because I just have them propped up in the snow, so I don't really want to always take them out and continuously jig, because that'd be my luck. I mean, I can only deal with one of them at a time anyways, so I kind of just am dead baiting, dead sticking, whatever, for now. And this is the one that has, I don't remember which flasher this one has on it, but let's see, the video's been going for 13 whole minutes, and that right there was the only little touch. So hopefully it decides to show up. And sometimes, at least out here, the other day I was having that problem. I'm trying to catch trout and I keep getting the tiniest little bites over and over and over again. And finally I would set it and it would just be a perch that was down there messing with it forever. Maybe I will try to do some active jigging with it. Since I'm here, yeah, there was a nibble. It might be a perch down there. It touched it again. Come on. That'd be cool. I don't care if it's... Oh. Shoot. It's actually... It's got to be a perch or something, because it's been hitting now that it's in my hand. I have pretty small hooks on two of them, and then just in case, I don't want to have a big trout hook on. Oh, dang, that was a bite right there. But two of them are set up with a little smaller hook, and it still works fine for trout, bigger than a fly hook. But oh, there's another bite. What the heck? But I'm not super deep down in this spot. I have it. This specific one is only like, oh, I don't remember. No, this one's deep all the way at the bottom. No, yeah, I think this one's at the bottom, and then I have different dips, but it's kind of a shallow little shelf here, so you get the trout cruising on it. And I think this one was shallow because, yeah, I picked it up and you could, yeah, my lures, oh, I can't. Gee, let's see. That's deeper than I thought. I can't see it. But usually if it's the one on the bottom going off like this, I would think it might be a... Oh, dang it. Again. This one's at the bottom, so I'm thinking it might be a perch just messing around with me. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. It seems like I like to keep one of them down there at the bottom anyways, but... the trout are kind of mid-depth cruising around. Adjusted that. Just gonna walk away. But it did have a couple bites while I was sitting there. Do the same with this one. And I just have like spoons on for flashers here. Like Castmaster, South Bend Castmaster style fishing lures, and I have a leader on them. I just took the treble off and ran them down with about 8 or so inches a leader, and that's just my weight basically. The one of them, the one out there, actually, it does have just a cast master on it, and then I got a worm on, and I had some maggots. I was kokanee fishing earlier and I caught a bunch of those, so I have the maggots for bait. And yeah, so far, other than that one that I was messing with out there, it's been the only bite, which kind of sucks. But if I went to the bottom on all of these, I'd probably start getting some perch. But that's easy. I don't want to just, I mean, there's nice perch, 10, 12 inches out here. On occasion you run into them, which is, they're fun to catch, but trying to get the rainbows. I wish I would have had this going a little earlier, because that one rainbow that I, earlier in the video I was talking about, the big one I caught, I think it was, well, I set it here next to my cup before when it fell off of the hook, and it was laying right there, and the tail was right there, and the head went to about there, so about a cup and a half, cup and 3/4, whatever a standard shaker bottle is, times 1.5 or something. But it was a big rainbow. It was fun. It ripped some drag even. I definitely couldn't have caught that one on film, because I had to actually reel, and I loosened my drag up on it because I had it kind of tight, because I was originally trying to catch smaller fish, so I had the drag a little tighter than I'd like it for a big trout, but he took off and ran around a little bit, and so I loosened it up and let him go, let him wear himself out before I got him up. And yeah, that was on a number 10 hook. It was pretty small, and it was just right in the corner of his mouth, so it was an easy release. The one that was getting activity, I thought might pay off. One of them is going to go soon, I hope. I don't know. It's getting cold enough that, and with the amount of fish that I've caught today already, I wouldn't mind if I left without another one. It would be sweet to get one on this live video here, since there's been anywhere from 5 to 20 people constantly kind of in here hanging out, and so we'll see if we can pull it off. Like I said, I might make this 25-30 minutes long. We're at almost 20 now. I was roughly getting a bite every 10 minutes, ironically, before this. 10-15 minutes. I didn't catch them all, but it'd be one over there, one over here, and I'd be in between and not setting the hook. And I wasn't filming, and I still couldn't do it, so it'd be a miracle if this worked out. Yeah, and I caught a cutthroat. I don't know if I said that earlier in the beginning when people just started showing up, but I caught and released one cutthroat, and then there was a cut bow that I also threw back. And with these little hooks that I'm using, a lot of times I just get a tap, and I can set it really quick, so I don't have to worry about the fish swallowing my bait or anything, so I can get them back pretty quick. I mean, nothing wrong with eating a trout every now and again, but I got plenty of stuff in the freezer, so if I caught a big one, I caught a nice rainbow last week that I kept, and we got a couple that we decided to eat, and they're pretty good, but today. I got other stuff I'm gonna work on later, so I didn't want to deal with a bunch of trout. I wanted to catch a bunch of trout. I didn't want to mess with them though. Oh boy. Check. It is just a forever waiting game though, isn't it? I'm definitely gonna have to do this again though, because it seems like the bite's better, like I said earlier in the day. And then you get that evening bite. I know yesterday I caught a pretty nice cutthroat. I had 15 minutes of daylight left. The wind died down, so it wasn't bad. So I decided to go out in the evening, and that was the only bite and only fish I caught. But it was right at that last little bit before dark set in. So I was thinking about doing some of these live fishing videos, but some of the lakes that I go to don't have very good service. And of course, this one has perfect cell phone service, so I can keep this going, but now nothing's happening. This is the only one of the day. It's my lucky little green ice fishing rod. Usually I get the most bites on it. Ironically, for some reason, it's the cheapest setup I have. So it's kind of funny that it outperforms all the rest. I mean, it's just a fishing lure attached to the bottom of it, so you have $1,000 setup or a $15 thing from the sports store, and it does the same trick. But it is funny, all the expensive ones, they all work fine. They definitely feel nicer, but at the same time, today it's been the opposite. That green one, I have yet to get a single bite on it. Let's see. I don't know, that's my problem. Maybe I'm supposed to be jigging them all, but I don't have enough hands to do all of them at the same time. This one's not very deep. This one I only had a few feet below the ice, just in case something was cruising close by, so I might see if I can get, I don't know, that's another 6 inches. I had a feeling that it'd be the green one, but so far, that's the one that's not paying off. And then the one out here from earlier, where I got the bite when I was messing with it, nothing's happened again. But it is weird when you do that and just mess with that line a little bit and get the bait moving. Now the snow is getting pretty bad right now, so it's covering my screen and let's see. I definitely can't strip right now. If I lose any of my jacket layers, I'd probably die. I don't know. The 25-minute mark, and I was getting a bite every 10 or so for the longest time. And I was like, oh, that'd be a perfect time to make a little show and see how many I can get. Well, it's live, but it's not working out the best. I don't know. The pressure changed out here too when that storm rolled in about probably 10 minutes before I turned the video on. Is when I caught my last fish, and then I refreshed all the baits, and I got this rolling. Figured it was a good time, and I guess I should have had it rolling all day. It's still kind of fun though. I mean, fishing is fishing. Can't always win, but it'd be sweet. Like I said, I'll probably cut this at about a half an hour here in 5 or 6 minutes. Now my phone battery is dying. I've had it been up all day, so between making other videos and stuff, and the cold just drains your battery, so might have to end this here in just a minute. Unfortunately, that's when the bite will happen. Next time I come out, I'm gonna make sure my phone is fully charged. Start fresh at least, so I can keep it going a little longer. Yeah, that might be it for us. Unless I get a bite here in a second. There's a lot of people out here today, and the fishing has been pretty good. Most people were targeting perch, and there's a few of us out here trying to catch a trout. But it was pretty good. The fishing was decent enough that I obviously thought to do this. And I figured, oh yeah, every time you have your phone in your hand or you're doing anything but watching a fishing rod, that's when a bite will happen. So I thought, yeah, no. That one just got a little tap. Dang it. That one's, that's the same one from earlier. And this one has a full-size hook on it, and the other ones have the smaller size hooks. So I should probably switch it and put one of those out in here, because if this is just a perch, it's probably messing with the bait constantly, and that's why it's getting nibbles every now and again. And at least if I switch I'll probably switch that after I shut the video off, unless in the next 2 or 3 minutes something happens. But yeah, that's probably my plan. Switch, and then I might switch this one, which is the smaller hook, the smallest of the group, which is the two smallest hooks I had today, with the smallest bait presentation, or the two that I caught the biggest rainbows on, which is kind of funny. But so I think what I'll do is probably end the video here in a minute, just because my battery's dying and the snow is covering the screen so much that I can hardly even, between the wet spots and the snow on the camera right here, I have a hard time even seeing. Like, I know that you guys can see that, but looking through my phone, it's getting so blurry and the screen's getting a little wet. So yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll put the small number 10 hook out there after I end this, and put that full-size hook over here in this area. I'm only about 30 feet apart in between all these rods, but it's quite a bit of water depth in between, just because of that shelf I'm fishing. So from here to there, it's a decent drop off. Quite a few, I don't know, maybe 10 or so feet drop in this 30-foot span. And that's why I catch the trout kind of patrolling on it a lot. But yeah, today's total was 15 kokanee and like 6 trout. I've had 25 or so bites here, except for when I started filming, and then I got that one when I was out there messing with it, but that was just a tap. So not much is going on anymore, but I haven't had the best luck out on this specific lake in the afternoons. Usually it's a morning, midday spot, but I stopped on the way back from somewhere else and tried it, and I'm glad I did, because I caught quite a few, like I said. But right now, pretty slow. So anyways, I think I'll do one last walk past them all, and if I'm just walking by, we get a random hit. If I make it to the end, I'll just jig them all one last time, and then when I get back to the original spot, I'll just end the video and switch rods and maybe refresh the bait, see if that perch is messing with it. And if I start getting more bites, I might turn on a live part 2 of the fishing trip. But yeah, if not, I got all the other fish on film for making a video at least. So can't catch one live, but anyways, thanks everybody for stopping in and watching. Sorry you couldn't catch anything, but that happens more often than not, especially when you got a camera in your hand. So anyways, I'll see what happens for the rest of the evening here, and might make another live here in a while if the bite picks off, but if not, we'll see you guys all later. Thanks for stopping in.